Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I'm so excited to be here because I weirdly feel like I haven't vlogged in a while, even though I have. Like I vlogged through Cyclone Alfred, which arguably was a lot of chit-chatting because we were home and isolating for like days on end. That was fun, but why do I feel like I haven't been in front of the camera in a while and now I feel a bit awkward? Today is a very exciting day because it is Sunrise of the Reaping release day. So I have to go get that book after work. It is a book in the Hunger Games world. As a Hunger Games girly, when I was about 14 years old, this is a momentous day. Like we haven't had a new release by Suzanne Collins in a very long time, apart from The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I actually don't know when it was released because I read a copy that I got from an op shop, and actually this would tell me when it was released. 2020, so 5 years ago, which really isn't that long in the grand scheme of things, but I really loved this book. I actually loved it a lot more than I liked the movie. I feel like it explained President Snow's character a lot better than the movie did. Like the movie didn't really make sense, like his actions didn't make sense, but because this is from his perspective, it just makes sense. So if you haven't read this and you didn't love the movie, definitely read this because you will enjoy it a lot more than the movie. And now this book, Sunrise on the Reaping, is from Hamish's perspective, which is so exciting because Hamish is just like, I just need to know everything there is to know about Hamish. He's just so cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna finish my work day and then I am going to skedaddle to the shops. I might take you guys with me and we can go find Sunrise on the Reaping. Hopefully it is at my local bookstore. Fingers crossed. As always, my camera battery is about to die. So typical. But I wanted to show you the books that I'm reading at the moment, and I say books because I can never just read one book at once. I am currently reading Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Naturals series. There's 4 books in this series, and it's basically about children or teenagers who have natural abilities that help them to solve crimes. They get picked up by the FBI into this program where they help to solve cold cases. And you have like a natural lie detector, a natural profiler, a natural like emotion reader, and like a natural statistician, maybe someone who's really good with statistics. Basically all of the cases they get they're meant to do cold cases, and they end up doing active cases because they just get dragged into these active cases, and they usually have like a tie to one of the main characters. It's just like a fun YA series that you don't have to think too hard about, and it's just a fun time and you just don't know what's going to happen. So really enjoying that. I'm about 140 pages into that one. And then I'm also reading Onyx Storm at the moment. I am on about 162, so about a third of the way through, I would say. It's fine. Like it's not really gripping me at the moment. I wish it was gripping me a little bit more because I really enjoyed Iron Flame more than I thought that I would. And now this just feels like a bit of a filler book. And I know a lot of people have said that. I'm just really struggling to like be motivated to read it. So I'm listening to the audiobook on Audible at the moment, and I'm reading it when I feel like it, but I'm really not wanting to like pick the physical book up and read it because it's just such a big book and it's just a bit like samey at the moment. I'm sure the ending is where it's going to get super intense, but at the moment, I'm just not loving it. And I'm really sad to say that. So we shall see how I go with that one. I'm hoping to finish it by the end of the month, but it's just a really hard slog, this one. Okay, I just got to Big W, so I'm going to have a look and see if they've got the book. I really hope they have it. Like I really, really hope. But my Big W is like a small one, so let's see. I'm so excited. It's actually quite short. I thought it would be longer than this. So it's 382 pages. Very happy about it. I also, while I was there, for those of you who don't know, I am reading the Lightlark series at the moment, and I'm up to the 3rd book. And the first book I have is a paperback, and then I got the 2nd book as a hardcover. So I bought the 3rd as a hardcover specifically so I could buy this. Do I need it? No. Did I want it? Yes. Did I buy it? Also yes. Special edition of Lightlark hardcover. Look at that. And there are lies and liars all around you. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Look at this. Ready? Oh my gosh. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And I specifically bought it because very pretty maps, but then it also, it also has all of the characters' artworks. That's Cleo, Azul and Celeste, Grim and Oro, and Grim And Isla, is that not the prettiest thing you've ever seen? Like, look at that artwork. That is wild. I feel like all books should do this. And then that's our girl, Isla. Our little wildling girl. That is so pretty. I'm obsessed. I love it so much. So I know what I'll be doing tonight. I will be sitting my butt down on the couch and reading this book. But in all fairness, this was 90% from an op shop and they had such good books. Someone has obviously just unhauled a bunch of really good books. They literally look like they haven't been read. Like they are in that good condition. And I got a whole stack. I got all of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $20. What do you mean? That's wild. How is that possible? Before I get into those ones, I wanted to show you the next book club book of the month that our book club picked. This is the book club that I have with 2 of my friends. And we say book club book of the month, but we really meet like once every 3 months. Like we're really just bad at scheduling in time to do book club. And finishing the book. We're really bad at finishing the book as well, but we are trying to be better. So we picked Butcher and Blackbird by Brienne Weaver, I think is how you pronounce it. I believe this is about 2 rival murderers and they form like an unlikely friendship and potentially something further. I feel like I've heard it's really spicy. So if you guys have read this, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. I know it's the first book in a series, so I'm keen to hopefully enjoy this one and then read the rest of them because I know the 3rd one just got released, like literally last week. So that's super exciting. And then from the op shop, I've kind of been in a bit of a mood where I've wanted to buy all of the books that I enjoyed when I was a teenager, when I first started getting into reading, like all of the classic books. I really want to get a good collection of like good quality, well-kept secondhand versions of the books that I loved when I was that age. So the first one is, if you guys have read this, let me know because this was my sexual awakening. No, it actually was though. This and Vampire Academy, it did something different. And if you haven't read this, it's essentially about like a girl who, she meets a guy called Patch and he is essentially, he's super elusive and mysterious and she doesn't know what's going on with him, but she is kind of in a situation where she's super drawn to him and doesn't know why, but then equally cannot trust him and does not know what's going on there. So that's essentially what's going on with this one. It's just a good time. It's very supernatural. If you like supernatural styled books, you will like this one. Like it's so enjoyable. This reminds me of Fallen, if you've ever read the Fallen series, but I would say I actually liked this better. It was this, Fallen, and the Shiva Linga werewolf kind of series. I ate that up when I was a teenager. It was so good. So anyway, that's the first book. Then I saw, and clearly someone was doing a clean out because these are very hard to come by. These are the OG, not Frank Green, oh my god, John Green books. So The Fault in Our Stars and Paper Towns. I would love to get Looking for Alaska as well, just to complete the series. I never read An Abundance of Catherine's. I don't think it really did it for me, but these 2 were the OGs and I absolutely ate them up. I love John Green. John Green is like the king of coming of age, angsty, teenage stories. Like he just does them so well. I have been wanting to read this book for such a long time. It's part of a series and it's a super dystopian series and that is The Prison Healer. This is literally brand new. Like look at that and I got that for $4. What do you mean? I've heard this is very good. I don't know what it's about. I've just heard it's good. I've heard good things. So I'm keen to go into this one a bit blind and just to see if I like it. And the last one was a bit rogue and a bit random and I've never read anything by this author before, but that is Elle Kennedy's Good Girl Complex. Oh my god, can I even talk today? Elle Kennedy's Good Girl Complex. I've never read anything by Elle Kennedy. I've heard really good things. She's a really great and well-known romance author. So if you guys have read this, let me know. Is this the best one to start with Elle Kennedy? I really don't know how her world works or if there's any lore that I need to know before going into her books, but I know she's written a lot of books. So if this is not the best one to start on, let me know and I will hold off on reading it. But I just feel like I've been reading a lot of fantasy lately and I really felt like a good romance. And again, look at the quality. Like this is a new book. Whoever got this, they did not read this. So I am on the road this morning and I'm looking a bit disheveled. My hair's still wet because I just washed it, so ignore that. But I just got a little matcha moo from Starbucks. I got the tiramisu matcha. It's got like an interesting cold foam situation on top, so I'm excited to try that. And I'm just listening to the audiobook of Killer Instinct, which is the second book in the Naturals series. And it's really good so far. They're just like fun books to listen to when you just want like a palate cleanser that's super like fun and easy. It just tastes like matcha with cream on top. I think it was meant to have like chocolate powder on top, but anyway. I'm on the way to see my family, so I'm hoping to smash through this audiobook. I've got about 4 hours left of it, and I listened to it on like 1.5 speed because I'm deranged. Yeah, that's the plan for today. Hello guys, good morning. This is very chaotic of me. I'm going to introduce everything that's happened in the last week very soon, but I'm going in today to do something I've never done before. It's Friday, I have the day off, and I'll explain that later when I have more time, but I am running late. But I'm basically going to Mecca to do one of their services, and I've never done that before, but I'm really excited. I basically booked the classic everyday makeup service, and they do your makeup and then the cost of the service is redeemable on products. So I'm going to Mecca Cosmetica, and I'm really excited to see what they do, because I think like you get so used to doing your makeup the way you do it, and it's just like not been doing what it needs to do lately. So I'm excited to see how they would do makeup on me, and yeah, it'll be really interesting. So I'm doing that today, and I will check in with you guys later, but this is the before. This is no makeup, so it's very much like, you can see I'm breaking out a little bit. I've got lots of redness. Oop. And yeah, we'll see what they do. I'm excited. So I'm absolutely soaked because it's raining outside. I don't know if that'll help. But I really like it. I like what she did. I feel like it's like quite natural, but not too crazy. And it's definitely like, it taught me a lot about how I do makeup myself at the moment. It'd be better if I wasn't in the rain, but that's okay. I really like what she did. I think like she actually did such a good job that I was like, are you free on my wedding day? And I feel like it looks like this is definitely more than I would do on like a day-to-day look. But I feel like for a wedding, I'd be pretty happy, to be honest. Like I feel like my eyes look nice, my complexion looks nice. The only thing I think I would change is I don't usually do anything on my lower lashes, and I feel like it looks a bit intense personally, but that's just like a personal preference. But like I love the eyebrows, I love the lip, I love the finish of everything. She said that she'd set it a lot more if it was my wedding. So there you go to Mecca Cosmetica if you are looking for a wedding person, I guess. Just to give you guys a little bit of context, I had been offered a new job and I was meant to start on Monday. Then on my second last day, my current job counter offered me. And then I was like really torn and I didn't know what to do. I've had like the most stressful week because I've just been like so unsure. And it's so soon, and yeah, it just left me not a lot of time to kind of gather my thoughts and decide what I wanted to do. So then I kind of counter-offered the counter-offer and said, look, it would take, at this point, because I'm not going to be able to make a decision, it would take this amount for me to stay. And if you can't meet that, then that's so fine. That just means that I'm going to take this other opportunity. And so I threw an absurd number. And then they said they would do it. And so I was like, oh, cool. And then I realized that the place that I currently work, the reasons I was looking for a new role are still the reasons. But they're still the reasons no matter what dollar figure you put on it, unfortunately. And I just felt in my gut that it was not right to stay even after that. So I had to then go back to my boss and basically just say, sorry, I appreciate what you were able to do, but unfortunately, I'm still going to be taking the other job. So yeah. Anyway, so I finished up yesterday and I've just been on a high of adrenaline like the entire time. But as soon as I said that to her, I was like, this feels right in my stomach. Like I'm not getting that queasy feeling anymore. So now I have today off, which is really nice. And then I start my new job on Monday. Like I said, it's Friday today. So I really just wanted today to be a bit of a me day where I actually just like do the things that I enjoy and try not to be super productive, because I tend to do that on my days off and then I don't feel refreshed for the start of the new week. So I think I'm going to go home and read my book for a little bit. I'm reading Butcher and Blackbird at the moment as our book club book of the month with my friend group. And let me just say, I did not realize what it was about before I went into it, and it's a bit intense, but I am enjoying it so far. I'm only like 2 chapters in, so I really want to get a good chunk of that out of the way today. I don't really know what I want to do for the rest of the day. I really want, this is a bit random, I got this like ceramic cheese baker dish, if that makes sense. So like you put camembert or like brie cheese or like a soft cheese in this dish, and it's designed to go in the oven so you can bake it, and then you can top it with like, I don't know, pistachios and honey and rosemary and all those yummy things. So I think I might do that for us for dinner tonight as like a little appetizer, just for something a bit different. So I might go to the shops later and get stuff for that. I'm having a great time. Like, I'm really having a good day. I was going to get my nails done, and then I thought I have spent way too much money today, so I really just need to rein it in a little bit. I'll show you guys the products that I bought from this look, because I feel like they just really complement like really quite cool toned pale skin. So sometimes I find like products are just way too warm for my skin, and I really said that. I was like, I want to look bright and clear, and I feel like the products I'm currently using just make me look like muddy. So yeah, that's what she really focused on, and I think she did a great job. So I'll show you the products when I get home. So the first was still a One Step Correct primer, I believe. Skin tone correcting and brightening primer. And this made the hugest difference. She put this straight on my skin after doing like a bit of a cleanse on my skin, and it's like a couple of different colors. You've probably seen it, but there's like a few different colors in there, and the green, it literally looks like a foundation. Like, that's the consistency of this. I don't know what magic they put in this, but it just like covered up my redness so well. And as someone who gets like a lot of like random red spots on my skin, like, it was just so nice. Then I got the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, because I basically just said like I want relatively good coverage, but I do want it to look glowy and like luminous. It was so interesting because I asked her what undertone she thinks my skin is, and she looked at it. It looks very pale now, but she looked at my skin. She's like, look, I think it is more neutral. There is a little bit of yellow, so like it could be a little bit warm. But then like as she was testing these colors on me, she was like, you're definitely cool toned, because this cool toned foundation just like matches your skin so well. And yeah, it is in the shade Mont Blanc, I believe, but I really like the coverage of this. And then she put this blush on, and I was just like, I need this blush in my life. It is so pretty. It's the Hourglass Ambient Blush, and it is in Sublime Flush. And it's literally, this is what it looks like. Ooh. And it's literally like the prettiest, ignore that, the prettiest pink color, and it's just gorgeous. She put it on, and I was like, that needs to come home with me. You're coming home with me. And the last one I was not expecting to love so much. I don't know why the lighting's been really weird, but it's the Chantel Chantecaille, this one. I don't even know this brand, which I hadn't heard of before, but this was from Mecca Cosmetica, which I don't go into as often as Mecca Max. And this is gorgeous. It is a bit on the expensive side. It's kind of comparable, I think, to like the Hourglass like stick lip glazes that are like plumping in terms of the consistency. But I'm wearing it right now, and it's just like a very pretty rose colored pink lip product. And it's in the shade Bourbon Rose. Lip Chic in Bourbon Rose. And it's so nice on the lips. Like, it's not sticky at all, and it's just like, it's kind of comparable to the feel of like the Clinique Black Honey, but like a more pinky, pretty tone. And I really love it. So yeah. I also haven't updated you guys, I don't think, on what I thought of Sunrise on the Reaping. This book teared my little heart out. This was easily probably the best and easiest 5 stars I've ever given a book this year. Maybe ever, but like this year. It just, like, you thought you knew Haymitch's story, and then this just like threw so many like interconnections and like just the lore of the Hunger Games in a way that just like I was not expecting. And it was just so good. If you want to cry, you will cry. Like, no doubt about it. I don't care who you are. If you've ever read Hunger Games before, you will cry reading this book. It's just like that good. book is such a surprise to me. This framing is really weird and I'm so sorry for that. I have about 100 pages left, and don't go into this book without knowing what it's about. It is very gory. There are trigger warnings. I'm not going to read them out, but definitely read them before going in, because it's not lying about the trigger warnings is all I'll say. But I am really enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would. Like, even though the content is it's spicy and it's gory, I don't think that is taking away from the plot, if that makes sense. I feel like sometimes when a book is super gory or super spicy, it's kind of like, okay, but like why? Like, for what purpose, you know, to what end? But I feel like in this instance, it's actually adding to the plot, which I'm really enjoying. Like, I feel like the characters are super believable because of this. So yeah, really enjoying this, way more than I thought I would. I have flown through it. Like I said, this is my book club book pick of the month, and for the last few book club books, we really just haven't found anything that we've all really enjoyed, and I feel like this might be one that we actually all enjoy. Dare I say it. I am excited to see what the other girls think. And yeah, I feel like I'll finish this today, and then that will make 10 books this month that I've read, which is like the most I've ever read in a month, which is insane, but I'm really proud of myself because I have just stuck with it and it's been a good time. Anyway, we're gonna go off to a little cafe now and do a little bit of editing, hopefully, of this vlog, so that I can hopefully get it out on Wednesday is the plan. And maybe we'll get a little coffee and a little treat would be nice. So yeah, that's the plan. I finished it and I loved it. I actually enjoyed this so much more than I thought that I would. I gave it 4 stars. I hope the rain isn't super loud for you guys. But anyway, I just thought it was really fun. Like, the banter was really good. The spice was good. The plot was interesting and like unique. I haven't really read a book that was like this tone. The plot is unique, but it's also like the tone of the writing was interesting and like comedic. I don't know. It was just good. I enjoyed it a lot. It was like Elsie Silver, but make it murder. That's the best way I can describe it. So that is 10 books this month. That is wild to me. I also wanted to say I use Fable for all of my book tracking, book stats, all of those kinds of things, and I absolutely love it. I use it all the time. This is not sponsored at all, but I just think it just makes things so fun. And we actually do our book club through Fable with my friends. So I've got 2 friends I do book club with, and it's called Brunette Book Club. You kind of have all the different chapters and you guys can go through and like write little notes about how you felt about each chapter, and then you get to leave your rating at the bottom. It just makes it more fun when you can read with your friends, I think, personally. So yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed just like coming along for a little bit of a chaotic time with me. Like, this one was not very structured, and I'm so sorry if you can feel that. It's been a wild time for the last week or so, just with starting a new job next week and finalizing things on my old job. It's just been a lot, and I just haven't had the time and energy that I usually like to put towards making videos. I just haven't had that, unfortunately. So hopefully we can get back to the regular programming that is my channel. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day anyway and enjoy. And if you've read any of these books that I read in this vlog, let me know, because I love hearing your thoughts as well. But otherwise, I'm gonna see you guys for my next video. Bye.